Hello, big, big world. So, I attempted to fly to Florida on Monday. I had 2 layovers, one in LAX and one in Charlotte. They offered, it was a travel advisory for the layover in Charlotte. They offered if I wanted to reschedule my trip. And I was like, I'm just gonna roll the dice. If a plane is flying there, I'm gonna be on it. I don't let fear stop me from having experiences. However, lessons learned. I flew down to LA and was there for 13 hours and then flew back to Sacramento. And so, obviously, this is Sacramento and not Florida. So, there's a confidence and a self-worth that comes from not being afraid, or I'm not sure which came first, the self-confidence or the being up for whatever experience God has in store for me, and also the willingness to admit, like, okay, it's time for me to go back to Sacramento. But asking for help, being like, okay, I've got some decisions to make, and I have this scar tissue in my brain and the executive functioning part of my brain that makes it harder for me to make decisions. And so I called my sister and was just like, here are the options that I have available to me. Is there something that I may be missing? Is there something that I am not considering? And so she was able to give feedback, and it was no like she's right and I'm wrong, or I'm right and she's wrong. And it's that, like, that openness and that willingness and that honesty without judgment that I think was such a huge factor in just the ease with which I went through this experience of, the flight was delayed, and then it got canceled. So I was like, okay, I waited for my bag in the baggage claim area for American Airlines for like 5.5 hours. And the reality is that they're doing their best. They can't control the weather. Yes, it would be nice if it was a little more seamless, but it's LAX. It's a huge ass airport. Sorry, I shouldn't cuss. But, just lessons learned that, so I did attempt to reschedule my trip for Friday. But yeah, this is the biggest storm of, it's like the storm of the century. So lots of flights are affected, and lessons learned.